Hey guys, and welcome back to NoBlandMakeup, where we do makeup and body paint tutorials, usually with a cosplay twist, but it is football season, and this is the only way that I can enjoy football season, is by painting the logos on my face. Football's not really my thing, but face painting is, so there you go. So today we're doing the Baltimore Ravens. If you guys want to see all the other teams that I have done for this series, the link will be in the cards above somewhere. So, this is interesting. So I restarted this look about 3 different times, so if you have to redo it a bunch of times, don't feel bad. Seriously. So originally I thought I was gonna do what I did with the Eagles logo and just outline everything and then color everything in, but that didn't work at all. So what I wound up doing is starting off with some white body paint, drawing the beak and kind of having that as my starting point, and then kind of adding more details as I went. Then with some black face paint, I went in and started doing some of the outlining, not really all of it, mostly because I wanted to kind of get more of the shape of the bird in. I didn't want to do everything just because, like I said, I think it might have something to do with depth perception when you're trying to do this on the side of your face. But I should also explain why my raven was a little chunky. But that's okay. So after I started drawing in kind of parts of the outline, I started coloring in some more of the face and starting to give the raven more of a shape. Before I added any of the purple or anything like that in. I also use a little bit of red body paint to give that eyeball a little bit of a pop, because although it's not on their official colors, it is on their logo according to Google. So like I mentioned before, I didn't really stick to one plan of action, so I wanted to finish one part and kind of, I used the purple basically to kind of clean up some of the mistakes I made. It worked surprisingly well, actually, on the black. I mean, I did wipe off a lot of it, but still. So I also used it to kind of edit down some of the white part, because I realized afterwards that it wasn't actually that much of the raven that was white. And also to sharpen up some of those black areas as well. Then I grabbed some more of that white body paint and started drawing in the beak. Now, if you're doing this on yourself, one thing you might want to keep in mind is that you're going to want the bee to go in the right direction. Mine is backwards and I didn't realize that until I was editing. Yeah. So just keep that in mind when you're doing this. If you're doing it on somebody else, you don't really have to worry. You can see which direction your lettering's going. So, yeah. Hindsight, man. It's 2020. I also took some more of that black body paint and kind of finished the outline, basically. This part's not that super complicated. One thing, though, again, I think this honestly has to do with depth perception and losing a little when you're basically working out of one eye. But if you're working on yourself, take pictures and like check to see how much room you have, because my raven kind of looks like an angry bird at this point, if we're being honest. I should have elongated it a little bit more, so that way it gave it a slimmer kind of look and not hold that top piece so high. I'm still proud of this though. So, there's that. So this part's kind of boring, but it basically just filled in mostly everything with purple that's inside the raven. And that kind of finishes that part. You do want to make sure that you take your time and get a really opaque look. And anything that you need to edit inside of the raven, depending on how opaque your purple is, you can basically just paint over it. So to start to complete the bee, I'm going to go ahead and take some gold body paint and apply that on the inside. There is a little bit of black, kind of like almost like shadowing in there. I did that later, so don't worry about it too much right now. And I also went in and started doing the second outline for the Raven. The Ravens logo that I was looking at has the initial black outline for the bird head, then a secondary one in gold, and then a third one in white. So I went ahead and did the gold one since I had the gold body paint anyway. And then since I have the gold and the black outline done, all that's left really to do is the white one. So I went ahead and did that, and I also added a little bit of white to the center of the eye, because 1, it's on the logo, and 2, my Raven looks a little evil. Maybe it's just me, but it did look better in my opinion with a little white in it. So yep. And once everything is kind of done, this is what the logo should look like. But just so you guys know, today's video is sponsored by yours truly. I have a merch store on Teespring, so if you guys want to get stickers and t-shirts and hoodies and stuff, I will have the link in the description down below. That sounds weird to say that, but hey. But this is the finished look. I will have a makeup tutorial, this one specifically, in a few, probably next week actually. So if you guys want to see that, don't forget to subscribe. If you want to see all the other stuff that's coming out of my channel, also subscribe. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, even if you're not a Ravens fan. It helps me out. And also, leave me a comment down below letting me know what you guys want to see in the future. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!